Hello, aviation enthusiasts. Welcome back to Aeroonline, your hub for the latest aviation stories. This week, we're taking off with updates on new routes, cutting-edge technology, and dramatic in-flight incidents. Let's
Southwest debuts 737 secondary cockpit barrier. Southwest became the first U.S. airline to fly a Boeing 737 MAX 8 with a secondary cockpit barrier, debuting August 30th on Phoenix, Denver. The lockable gate, required on new jets by FAA rules, adds security when the cockpit doors open. Southwest will equip all upcoming deliveries. Strong crosswinds forced 9 diversions at Dublin. On August 31st, strong shifting winds at Dublin Airport forced 9 diversions, 8 to Shannon and 1 to Birmingham, as crosswinds exceeded safe limits. Runway changes caused delays, but operations normalized once conditions eased. Air India A321 returns to Delhi after a fire warning. On August 31st, Air India Flight A321 from Delhi to Indore returned after a right engine fire warning. The crew shut down the engine, landed safely with 90 passengers, and the aircraft was grounded for checks. Edelweiss A320 rejects takeoff at Zurich. On August 31st, Edelweiss Flight WK356 to Kos aborted takeoff at Zurich after dual engine warnings. The A320 stopped safely on the runway with no injuries, and passengers were reaccommodated. Investigators are reviewing the alerts. EU, von der Leyen jet GPS jammed. Russia suspected. On September 2nd, the EU confirmed President Ursula von der Leyen's Falcon 900LX faced GPS jamming near Plovdiv, Bulgaria, blamed on Russian interference. The crew used traditional navigation to land safely. Moscow denied involvement, while EU officials link it to a wider pattern of GNSS disruptions near Russia. American 777 diverts to Nashville on suspected fuel leak. On September 2nd, American Airlines AA48 Dallas-Paris diverted to Nashville after cockpit alerts of a possible fuel leak. The Boeing 777 landed safely. No injuries occurred. American cited a precautionary response to a fuel system issue, with inspections underway before the aircraft returns to service. Air Canada A220 evacuates in Denver after cabin odor. On August 31st, Air Canada Flight AC-1038 returned to Denver after crew detected a strong odor. The A220 landed safely, but slides were deployed, and 117 passengers evacuated with 1 minor injury. FAA is investigating a possible electrical fire. Airbus UK strike postponed after improved offer. A planned 10-day strike at Airbus UK sites in Broughton and Filton was postponed after workers received a new pay and pension offer. Unite will ballot members September 12th to 19th. If rejected, strikes could resume September 23rd to 24th. For now, production impact is minimal. First Riyadh Air 787-9 rolls off the line. Riyadh Air's first Boeing 787-9 has rolled out in North Charleston, entering paint and flight tests before delivery later this year. The jet shows its lavender tail, part of the new livery. Riyadh Air holds 39 firm 787-9 orders, key to its Vision 2030 plan to make Riyadh a global hub. Air France debuts refurbished Embraer 190 cabin. Air France introduced its first upgraded Embraer 190 on a Paris-Hamburg flight September 1st. The 110-seat jet features leather seats, USB-A/C charging, device stands, and free Starlink Wi-Fi. The full HOP fleet will be refitted by summer 2026, with Eurobiz empty adjacent seating from October. Embraer tops 2,000 business jet deliveries. Embraer has delivered its 2,000th executive jet, a Praetor 500, on August 28th in Florida. Since 2002, the division has grown rapidly, with Phenom and Praetor jets now making up nearly a third of light to mid-size deliveries. The milestone cements Embraer as a top global business jet OEM. United jets collide on Pushback at SFO. 2 United aircraft made contact at San Francisco, SFO, on September 1st, 2025, when UA1871 737MA X9 to Denver struck the tail of UA796 Boston during pushback. No injuries were reported and passengers were reaccommodated. The FAA will investigate. SFO noted the ramp area is ground crew controlled, not tower-directed. 800th Tianjin A320. Parts arrive at port, major sections for the 800th Airbus. A320 assembled in Tianjin arrived August 10th aboard Costco Shipping Sagittarius. Unloaded at Tianjin port in 40 minutes, the shipment continues a 17-year defect-free record. The milestone highlights Airbus-China cooperation, with over 2,200 Airbus jets flying in China, one-third built in Tianjin. Airbus delivered about 60 aircraft in August. Airbus handed over approximately 60 jets in August 2025, bringing YTD deliveries to approximately 433, about 3% behind last year. To meet its 820 target, output must average approximately 97 per month through year-end, a record pace. Engine and cabin shortages remain bottlenecks, with gliders still awaiting power plants. WestJet inks record Boeing deal. WestJet placed its biggest order ever, 60 Boeing 737-10s and 7 787-9s, plus options for 29 more. Deliveries run to 2034, expanding short-haul lift and doubling its Dreamliner fleet. The 123-jet backlog makes it Canada's largest, with Boeing touting MAX/787 efficiency gains. China Southern to auction 787-8 fleet. China Southern will auction all 10 of its Boeing 787-8s plus 2 spare engines via Shanghai's exchange. The 2013-14 jets are being retired as the airline standardizes on larger 787-9s. A full package sale could appeal to lessors or ACMI carriers, highlighting China's post-pandemic fleet reshaping. Ryanair slashes Spain winter capacity. Ryanair will cut over 1 million seats from its Spain winter schedule after a 6.5% fee hike by INA. Regional airports lose the most, with bases at Santiago, Tenerife North, and Vigo closed. Capacity shifts to Italy, Morocco, and Croatia. INA calls the move blackmail, insisting charges remain competitive. Doomsday plane test program kicks off. The U.S. Air Force and Sierra Nevada Corp have started flight tests of the new E-4 CSAOC, a 747-8-based successor to the aging E-4B. Doomsday plane early sorties from Dayton, Ohio, will de-risk future modifications like EMP hardening and secure NC-3 systems. The $13 billion program, using ex-Korean Air 747-8s, runs into the 2030s. Why airliners recirculate cabin air. Airliners mix outside air with recirculated air to save fuel and energy. Outside air is cold and thin, so part of it is filtered and blended with already pressurized cabin air. HEPA filters remove nearly all particles. The cabin refreshes every few minutes, and some humidity is retained, delivering comfort, efficiency, and safety. How runways get their numbers. Runway numbers come from their magnetic heading, rounded to the nearest 10 degrees, and dropping the last zero, e.g. 274 degrees, runway 27. The opposite end is always 180 degrees apart, so one strip is 927s. Parallels add L, C, or R. Because Earth's magnetic field drifts, numbers are occasionally repainted to stay accurate.
That wraps up this week on Aero Online. What stories stood out the most to you? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more aviation updates. Until next time, clear skies and safe travels.